All across America, a vital source of clean electricity powers our economy, serving 1 of every 5 homes and businesses. Nuclear energy facilities are by far our largest sources of electricity that emit no greenhouse gases. 104 reactors at 65 sites across the country serve as a model for American industrial safety. They are proven performers, providing reliable power around the clock, 7 days a week. Layer upon layer of security makes access to a nuclear plant virtually impossible for those without authorization. The first layer consists of the owner-controlled area, typically enclosed in a barrier and patrolled. Within the perimeter is the protected area. This includes the grounds near the plant buildings. It is typically surrounded by a double fence topped with razor wire. Access to this area is strictly controlled. The third layer surrounds the vital area. This includes the equipment needed to shut down the reactor safely. The plant is also physically protected with multiple layers of steel and concrete. This approach of layered backup systems is typical of sophisticated nuclear plant engineering, design, and operations. State-of-the-art engineering studies have confirmed that major plant structures, the containment building and fuel storage structures, would not be breached by the crash of a wide-body aircraft. To pass through these security layers, this is what you would encounter. First, vehicles are subject to search. An unauthorized intruder would have to penetrate crash-resistant gates, concrete barriers, and other physical barriers. Anyone entering the protected area is also subject to search. Individuals must pass through steel doors and other barriers. Authorized personnel must use card readers to open these doors. In addition to this physical security, nuclear professionals are well prepared to address threats to the plant. Control room simulators train reactor operators on a regular basis so they can keep the plant safe, even in abnormal events with plant systems or any outside threat.
The site is physically robust. It's protected with multiple layers of security. The site is guarded and defended and protected by a superb professional guard force that's well motivated, highly trained, highly armed, and very effective. They then are in turn backed up by professional law enforcement from local, state, and federal agencies that train with us and understand our sites.
More than 8,000 trained security professionals guard our nuclear power plant sites in the United States. Security personnel are on duty all day, every day. They are well-trained, highly motivated professionals.
Training is such an integral part of what we do. We take the time 5 times plus a year to do drills, just to make sure that if there is an assault on the plant, that we can repel them and that we can protect the public health and safety, which is one of our primary responsibilities. My family lives here within 5 miles of this plant, and people ask me all the time, how do you feel comfortable with that? I feel comfortable with that because I know, I hate to keep going back to the training, but that's what it is. We do it so much. We are thoroughly prepared for any threat that arrives at this site. And I will not let anything happen at this plant that would injure any of our families.
Both training in the military and at the plant is intense. You have lots of weapons training. You have lots of rules of engagement training. So you don't necessarily have to have a military background to work here, but when you come to work here, do the training, it's as if you went through the military training.
The NRC conducts what are called force-on-force mock attacks to evaluate a plant's ability to defend against a hostile threat. Highly trained personnel act as an adversary team whose mission is to cause radiological sabotage. These challenging exercises are as realistic as possible to ensure the security officers experience what an attack may look like. Regulations and new security approaches continue to evolve for our country as we refine our homeland security capabilities.
Calvert Cliffs Nuclear Power Plant is extremely important to Calvert County. They are by far one of our largest employers, and they are also by far one of our largest taxpayers in the county. I absolutely believe that Calvert Cliffs Nuclear Power Plant takes security and safety of the community and their corporation in high regard. They're in constant communication with our public safety folks, and they practice the drills, they practice the training. It is a highly, probably the highest regulated industry in the country, and they take that very much to heart. You might think living in a county or a community that has a nuclear power plant that you would feel unsafe, but it's very much to the contrary. I feel very safe having Calvert Cliffs Nuclear Power Plant here in Calvert County.
Nuclear power plants are safe and secure. Nonetheless, the industry strives to make them even safer through training and advanced technology. The nuclear industry not only meets federal safety and security standards, it exceeds them. Our primary responsibility is to be a safe and secure source of America's electricity.